Manchester United seem to be stuck in this never-ending cycle of struggle, managers coming and going, and a team that just can't seem to get it together. Seriously, it feels like every season they outdo themselves in finding new lows. But then, enter the manager with a perfect league record this season. 11 games managed, 11 won. Until he actually gets to Old Trafford and it feels like they're still stuck in the Ten Hag era. So why does Ruben Amorim need time to fix Manchester United? Let's dive in and find out. Building a solid foundation. Let's start with the basics. For any team to be successful, it needs a solid base, and that's exactly what Amorim did with Sporting CP. When he left them in November, they were top of the Portuguese league with 11 wins from 11 matches, conceding only 5 goals in total. Oh, and they were scoring an average of 3.5 goals per game. Yeah, that's serious business. Now, why is this relevant to United? Well, under Erik ten Hag, one of the biggest issues was mental fragility. United would make the same mistakes over and over again, forgetting to track runs, sloppy passes leading to turnovers, conceding goals in injury time, and let's not forget the embarrassing 7-0 loss to Liverpool or the 6-3 drubbing by Manchester City. Amorim's job is to erase that vulnerability and build a squad that can stay focused for 90 minutes, every single game. With the right structure, that mental edge can turn United from fragile to formidable, installing a style of play. Now let's talk tactics. One thing United fans have been craving is an identifiable style of play. Under Ten Hag, the trophies came, but the game plan was sometimes as clear as mud. Amorim's not just a guy who wins. He's a guy with a method. He turned Sporting into one of Europe's most exciting, efficient teams. So now he's got to do it at Old Trafford. Fans want to see an exciting team, sure, but they also want to see results. Amorim has a reputation for implementing a high-pressing, possession-based style that's easy on the eyes and effective. Gone should be the days of Andre Onana launching aimless 50-yard passes into the stands because nobody's showing for the ball. Amorim's Sporting were known for their diamond passing patterns, helping them control the game and move the ball upfield with purpose. United need to adopt that style quickly. Wingbacks with energy, defenders who can play out, and midfielders who can progress the play. Amorim uses a 3-4-3 system, which is more than just a new formation. It's a defensive upgrade. It'll bring more stability to the back and create a stronger buffer with 2 hard-working midfielders in front, possibly featuring a familiar face like Manuel Ugarte, who knows how to break up play and bring some serious grit. This defensive solidity will be the first step towards changing United's fortunes. Now, for this 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1 to work, it needs players who can read the game on another level, who are tactically astute, and who understand how to create overloads, press together, and execute quick transitions. United isn't just clicking into that, not with the squad they currently have. Getting that system up and running is going to take time. Time that Amorim needs to get his ideas across. Time that'll allow players to actually understand how to play under him. And time to iron out all the kinks. It's not just about shifting formations. It's about revamping the entire way they approach the game. Maximizing player potential. Now let's talk about the squad. The biggest problem with implementing Amorim's vision is that United just don't have the right players to fit that system perfectly. The wingback positions in particular are a huge concern. In this formation, wingbacks aren't just wingbacks. They're essentially wide midfielders who need to be as comfortable defending as they are attacking. But here's the thing. United's current wingbacks are, well, let's just say they're not exactly game changers. You look at players like Dalot and Malacia and yeah, they have moments of brilliance, but they're not the kind of guys who will dominate a flank for 90 minutes, week in and week out. And then there's the whole issue of defensively sound wingbacks who can keep up with Amorim's pressing tactics. Without solid wingbacks, United can't maintain width, struggle to get balls into the box, and end up too narrow, which lets opponents pile the pressure on through the middle. And it's not just wingbacks. The back three itself is an issue. Martinez isn't the physical brute needed to win aerial duels in a back three, and Maguire, well, we know his story. The defense needs more depth and quality to handle the demands of playing out from the back and covering space when they push forward. Amorim doesn't have a team full of superstars, but he's working with an incredibly valuable squad. According to recent data from CIES Football Observatory, United's squad is worth over $1 billion, making them the 8th highest in world football. Amorim's task? Making that value match the quality on the pitch. He needs to implement his ideas, get players to buy into his system, and extract the most out of them. Take Rasmus Højlund. The guy's got speed, strength, and potential, but he's been underused in Ten Hag's system. Amorim's system could be the perfect fit for him. Instead of playing with his back to goal, Højlund could be running onto through balls, creating chances, and using his pace to beat defenders. Rashford's body language has been rough. We're talking about a guy who, at his best, can be a nightmare for defenders, but lately, he's been a ghost. He's not pressing, not tracking back, and seems to be drifting through games with a lack of intensity that is mind-boggling, especially in a system that demands relentless pressing from the front. In Amorim's system, the forwards have to set the tone. That means pressing high, putting defenders under pressure, and making life difficult for the opposition. Rashford needs to start pulling his weight, or United will keep getting punished for it. Amorim has to work on that attitude, get Rashford's head back in the game, and make sure everyone knows that they need to bring their A game, or they're out. And if Amorim can get Rashford to play through the middle again and contribute, it might just reinvigorate his form. Then we have Xerxes. This guy was brought in with a lot of hope, but truth be told, he's been looking a bit lost out there. Whether it's not finding the right space, struggling to link up with teammates, or just not fitting the speed of Premier League football, it's clear that Xerxes isn't yet the answer to United's striker crisis. Right now, Xerxes is adapting to the league and adapting to a system he's never played in before. That takes time, and maybe a bit of patience. And then there's Anthony. Could he adapt to playing as a hardworking wingback, contributing both defensively and going forward? It's a lot to ask, but that's the kind of transformation Amorim thrives on. Deciding winners and losers. Not every player is going to fit into Amorim's plans, and that's where things get interesting. His job before the end of the season will be to figure out who's in and who's out. Some players like Casemiro, Christian Eriksen, and Johnny Evans might not last long due to their age, but other players who've been out of favor could get a second chance. Amorim got a plan, but it's clear he can't do it with the current squad as it is. He needs time, he needs support from the transfer market, and most importantly, he needs patience from the fans. It's not just about making flashy signings, it's about building a team that can function smoothly in his vision. And with the right players, that 3-4-3 could become a tactical masterpiece at Old Trafford. But Amorim won't have the same level of influence over the transfer strategy as some of his predecessors, but he'll still have input. The club's recruitment team needs to target players who fit into Amorim's style, high energy, versatile, and technically sound. And those who don't measure up, they might find themselves heading for the exit. Turning results around. Ultimately, results are what keep a manager in a job, and Amorim knows that. It's why he's got to hit the ground running and prove that his methods work. United may be sitting 13th, but they're only 4 points off a Champions League spot. The Premier League is a dogfight, but consistency is what separates the top teams from the rest. If Amorim can instill that consistency, starting with clean sheets and defensive solidity, it's game on. What made Sporting CP so special was their ability to create chances and prevent them. They had a plus 6.9 shot differential in the danger zone, better than even Manchester City, Bayern Munich, and Barcelona. If Amorim can bring even a fraction of that to United, they'll see fewer goals conceded and more chances created. And that's how you start winning matches. So here's the real question: can Ruben Amorim actually fix Manchester United, or is this just another failed experiment waiting to happen? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you won't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.